fundamental of the script and the storyboards, and then we execute it.
So the idea kind of originated with Nick, and then you bring that to life?
Well, it was a hybrid. Actually, we all kind of collaborated. Even, you know, the distributor came in with some thoughts about how well it should translate into the aquarium market and in the zoo market, because, you know, there is a real high demand for that, and so we wanted to honor that and respect that and actually make the film so it would fit very well into different markets and not just the theme park. So it's not just, you know, entertainment driven. This show has a message, and it's a good message for the aquarium.
So it's kind of, is there a little bit of conservation? I think I had read something a little bit kind of worked into the story.
It's worked into it. Yeah, a little bit about, you know, pollution, but not, you know, so heavy-handed that, you know, it overshadows all the fun that SpongeBob is. But it, you know, obviously SpongeBob's got a great heart. He's got a big heart, and this is kind of, you know, jellyfishing to him, and jellyfish is a really important part of his life, so he wants to conserve that.
Absolutely, and I know we mentioned like earlier in the presentation that SpongeBob has that global appeal, and it sounds like, is that another decision, like, you know, aquariums here in Orlando, obviously we have global visitors, so are you really finding that resonates with everybody pretty much?
You guys know that too, but I mean, from our standpoint,
I think from a perspective of, you know, SimEx-Iwerks distributes over 100 films in the industry, and I don't think we've seen anything like the likes of penetration and distribution from SpongeBob. And not only that, not only just the number of venues that take SpongeBob, but we're talking about the guests in the seats. That type of percentage of occupancies of theaters has never been higher. So, you know, which I made it an easy decision when we spoke with Nickelodeon about doing a second film. It was a no-brainer. We wanted to continue, and we wanted to take SpongeBob and, you know, put him in the best light. You know, with today's technology, I can't stress the difference that we've seen from the original films to today's films. So we're quite pleased to sort of re-energize, you know, 4K formats and high resolution and the best in 3D, and put SpongeBob in that light amongst, you know, the best aquariums, the best zoos in the country.
And are there any surprises? I know you mentioned that actually people can see it more than once and still have a different ending. Are there any other things you're particularly excited about, like with the effects, special effects and things?
Well, I think one thing is that this film is now being created not as a the original one was a simulator project and a product, and now we're creating this for both simulators and for 4D theaters. So we're actually building in spots specifically for that simulator market, and building in spots specifically for the 4D theaters. It's really being custom made for that, for those markets, and you know, that's where we came up with the idea of adding new scenes so you can get that repeatability of the experience. Is really to say, hey, you know, this is what the new technology allows us to do. Let's use it. Let's give people the ability to see it multiple times. So, you know, it's not like, well, I've seen that before. You can see it again and have a different experience. So that's important.
And I'm sure you built in that family appeal. I know that's one great thing, like with Nick programs in general and SpongeBob specifically, that the family can enjoy it. And I'm guessing this is, you know, mom and dad are going to have as much fun, maybe even grandma and grandpa, as the kids seeing this.
I don't think you're going to see any one of the family members on the sideline. SpongeBob's wide demographic reach, you know, extends from 3-year-olds to 93-year-olds. That's sort of how I put it together. So a family attraction, you know, one where, you know, everyone participates, and I sort of, that's the idea behind our attractions, to be really family based, to capture everyone. I think the other unique follow-up that I think is interesting, you know, the 4D theater, it certainly has an array of effects. I think it's quite different, the way we've sort of approached SpongeBob in the script creatively to incorporate these package of effects. I don't want to give away anything, but there's a certain array of creativity that went in, and I think you're just going to have to see it, you know, experience it yourself. The idea of mixing up some of these scenes to keep things fresh, I think, is a genius way to keep SpongeBob energized and to cause repeat visitation. People are going to want to come back to see, you know, how things might, you know, the outcomes or sequences might come together a little differently.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing it in spring of 2013.
Great. Well, thank you.